you know, you never know what's going to happen in your life, but you cannot be afraid of failure. You've got to be willing to take risks. And you'll hear us talk about that a lot as we go through the day. So don't be afraid of failure. Don't let failure keep you from doing something that you think you want to do in your life. You can do anything you want to do, and the only person who keeps you from doing that is you. So just whatever you decide you want to do, study hard, work hard, and get on with it. Who do I want to talk about this? Yeah. You want to talk about this?
I'm not going to tell your story. You're going to have to tell your story.
No, just
okay.
Yeah.
So this is, I think this was taken actually on our Hubble flight.
Right.
Charlie and I flew together also 2 times in 1990, 1992. And the Hubble mission was higher than any space shuttle had ever been in a circular orbit, because the telescope needed to be in a very stable environment. So you always have great views of the Earth from orbit, but twice as high was even more spectacular. So you see the arc of the Earth, you see the very, very thin little fuzz, little fringe of blue. That's the atmosphere. It's just a little tiny membrane of air around the planet. And then in the foreground, you see the Red Sea, and the V makes the Gulf of Aqaba and the Gulf of Suez, and then the pathway snaking closer in the foreground is the Nile River with Cairo at the left and the Aswan Dam at the right. And I think what strikes all of us as we fly at this altitude and look back at the Earth, you can see signs of civilization in some parts of the world. You can see smudges over Europe where the big cities are. But you have many, many more sites that are like this, where you look out at one planetary surface. You are taken mainly by the geology and the big structure of the continents. In your mind, you know from schools and newspapers that there are a number of countries down there, sometimes hostile conditions, arguments, culture, wars, and fights, but you get just not very far away from Earth, and you realize all of that is actually invisible, and what we really are several billion people crafting lives on one little planet. And our colleagues who had the fortune to go to the moon, of course, saw that little planet so far away that if they held their thumb up like that, the entire Earth would disappear behind their thumb. So we live on a very, very small, little, very special place, and have much, much more in common than we think about when we look at the colors on a